All right, this is another cold read. Been a bit quiet for a while. It's actually because I've done loads in my little WhatsApp group. But somebody's been brave enough to let this one go feral. So, what is a cold read? If you don't know what a cold read is, it's essentially me as an angel investor and a VC and a crypto investor, why not, who doesn't like to lose money, saying everything I think about a pitch deck when I see it for the first time, but would never ever tell you. This is so important because nowadays most people kind of raise money by sending a pitch deck, often through an introduction. But you either never hear back or you hear too early or not a fit. But what the fuck does that even mean? Without being able to understand what goes inside some investors' heads, you can never really make the edits and changes that you feel are important to give the best first impression. So that's what a cold read is. I've never seen this deck before. I don't know anything about the company, so I will tell you everything I think as I think it. And if I would put it away and stop reading, you'll see that too. Okay, are we ready? I'm ready. Begin! So, Iuvantium, engineering a new modality to combat antimicrobial resistance. Okay, don't know what that means just yet, but let's carry on. Let's have a quick look. How many slides? There's 12 slides, fine. That means I'm just gonna read it normally. It's ugly. Never mind, sometimes it doesn't put me off, but to some people it really does. We believe that your immune system is the best line of defense against any disease, and current vaccines fail to unlock its full potential. Okay, now, as an investor, this is a very hot topic. The ability to engineer one's own immune system is now a very popular area of investment. It's 2023, by the way. So this gets me interested. These images, like, I can kind of forgive now how terrible this looks, because most people in MedTech often come from PhDs or research institutions, and they're absolutely terrible at making good-looking decks, because all they're used to is going to a conference and presenting in front of other nerds that frankly have no aesthetic eye whatsoever. Anyway, okay, so they're gonna do some stuff around immune system engineering. Problem, drug-resistant infections due to AMR. That's a lot of people dying. All right, okay, fine. We are building an innovation engine. What? An innovation engine for the next generation of vaccines with... Okay, now, one of the difficulties with a pitch deck like this is that most investors that have cross-discipline investments tend to avoid biotech or biomedical engineering type opportunities. And the reason is that it's so hard to do due diligence. Everything sounds either really too clever or really too complicated. And so unless you have a background in the subject which is being presented, often most investors will probably scan through, like I'm probably about to do. I kind of am keeping up, but I'm not an expert. I used to work in biomedical engineering at MIT, but I was not a researcher in this field. I was just like a guest hanging out going, ooh, you clever people. But most will probably put it down by now and say, sorry, not a fit, because they just don't understand it. But I will continue going until I don't understand. We are building an innovation engine for the next generation of vaccines with inorganic immune modulators. My belief, therefore, is they're creating essentially a chemical process which allows you to simulate how the immune system may work, so you can test new vaccines or other types of invasive things in a simulation, basically in a sandbox. If that's what this is, that's very clever. I don't know of anything that does that. I'll be surprised if there isn't. For the first time in history, we can predict the immune response. All right, it is what I think it is. A nice picture of a mouse, proprietary AI. Ding, 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 AI. Allows us to reverse engineer the physicochemical properties needed. Now, here's an interesting thing as well. A lot of good investors that understand the AI ecosystem know that you need shitloads of fucking data to train any form of model, and access to that data is one of the most critical components of any type of AI business. And in MedTech, they are incredibly forthcoming with gigabytes, like petabytes of data that they share across their community. So this is a project that I can actually believe might generate an AI algorithm of some kind to reverse engineer how the essentially physiochemical properties needed for the target immune response may behave. So I'm still interested. This is a shock. I didn't expect to be. Okay, what I really need to see now, does it work? Like, does it work? Show me an example of that this works. Just give me some kind of external validation. This, to me, it feels like a concept stage deck, which means that it's just an idea with some maybe research that they want to then commercialize. So where is this coming out of? What are the commercial terms of whatever research institution is involved? I need to know all those things right now, because if I don't get those things, I will, I don't know. We'll see. Creation of an entirely new market segment addressing the global health challenge. Yeah, I get it. I don't need to see market sizes for anything like this. We know it's fucking huge. Now, here is probably the most important bit. Team merges material science, immunology. Don't really care about material science, actually. What I really care about is AI, ML, and immunology. Okay, CEO, trained process engineer, PhD in material science from ETH. That's a very good thing. There's nothing about the CEO, though, that other than, no, CEO doesn't interest me. Sorry. Chief Scientific Officer, Emeritus Professor of Immunology. Now, here's an interesting thing. They're saying Chief Scientific Officer. I need to know whether they're in this properly, or if it's just they're actually an advisor, but you're using them as, pretending like they're actually part of the team. Co-inventor of the technology. I want to know their role. I don't want this bullshit stuff. Farouk Khan, head of AI, serial entrepreneur, 10 years. That doesn't tell me anything. You haven't told me anything. Okay, not attractive. Not attractive team, but I'm still interested, because if this is what I think it is, it's fucking huge. Our vision is building the digital twin of Europe. Yeah, it is what I think it is. Fucking love the idea. We revolutionize. I don't care. Okay, this is, logos I like. I love UKRI, I love Catapults, and I love Creative Destruction Labs. 3 amazing logos. Okay, yeah, don't need to, Oh, I guess this is just want to cover that table. Raising 3.5 million C. Is it EIS? Yes or no? Yeah, whatever. All right. A pretty simple deck, actually. It's quite clearly concept stage. They want to commercialize an invention that's probably come out of the University of Oxford. I don't see the relationship between Bjorn and Farouk with respect to the University of Oxford. So this, to me, there feels like this might be coming out of a venture studio. If it is, that makes me a bit uncomfortable. Because I haven't mentioned it. Okay, here's what I'd do. I got to the end, which is a fucking miracle. It's a disgusting deck, but I think this deck could be like 4 pages long and have a much better and bigger impact. Like, frankly, if they just said what it was from the beginning, we have created an invention that simulates immune systems, so we don't have to keep doing stupid clinical trials, at least not as many. I'd be like, cool, immediately understand, don't need to hear anything else other than who the team are and does it work. I'd take a meeting. With this. In fact, I think I might take a meeting. I like this one. This is a good one. Well done. Kind of. It's shit, but it does the job. Bye.